have exciting news, friends. SNAP benefits are finally receiving a big increase. Lawmakers have finally approved a huge monthly benefit boost, and millions of low-income households and Social Security recipients will be able to receive this relief this month. Congress is warning that unemployment rates may begin to significantly rise in the next few months. Friends, please make sure you watch until the end of this video. And to say thank you for joining me here every day when I post a video, I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please do enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, then commenting below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Friends, during the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months now. I know it can be a very difficult time for many people, and I want you all to know that I'm committed to supporting all of you as much as I can.
In Perryopolis, Pennsylvania, one shopper told a reporter that besides cutting back at the grocery store, she had taken on a second job, working nights at a warehouse to help feed her family of 4. This is what she had to say. Clothing, gas, just about everything has gone up, and food is a large part of it. Meanwhile, the head of a small manufacturer in Big Bend, Wisconsin, reports that amid price hikes, stacked up supply chains, quote, trying to source products has been very difficult. In each of these states' cases, West Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, one senator tried to spare working families from all this preventable pain. Each of those states has one Republican senator who warned about inflation, who voted against inflation, and who voted for amendments that would have reduced inflation. But unfortunately, each one of those states also had a Democratic senator who decided to vote in a partisan lockstep to plow ahead with the trillions of dollars in reckless inflationary spending. One senator each from West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin cast the tie-breaking votes to bring this pain down on their citizens' heads. And now, sadly, they're all paying the price. Working families in West Virginia are paying Washington Democrats' inflation tax to the tune of an extra $563 a month. Ohioans are paying $666 more. In Pennsylvania, inflation is squeezing folks for an extra $605. And in Wisconsin, it's $673. Families in these states are paying a painful price for the deciding vote that their Democratic senators chose to cast. Now, on a related matter, Democrats' runaway inflation includes skyrocketing costs to keep the lights on and to heat or cool homes. We're also witnessing the dangerous vulnerabilities that Democrats in places like California have built into their electrical grids. California Democrats have spent years putting green lifestyle preferences. The result is a grid that's both more expensive and less reliable. We've seen the same California Democrats who spent years pushing their citizens to buy expensive electric cars.
Now, friends, there are more and more U.S. states that are sending out boosted monthly benefit payments to their residents. The new cost of living adjustments for all eligible states will go into effect at the beginning of this month each year and are active through the following year. For fiscal year 2023, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition Service increased allotments for 48 states and Washington, D.C. to reflect inflation. Maximum asset limits have risen to $4,250 for households with at least one family member who is 65 years or older or disabled, and up to $2,750 for all other households. Leaders with the Mississippi Department of Human Services announced that Mississippi SNAP recipients will see an increase in their benefits beginning this month. With the annual SNAP cost of living adjustment, state officials have said that income eligibility guidelines have also been adjusted due to inflation. USDA's Food and Nutrition Service adjusts SNAP benefits, deductions, and income eligibility standards at the start of each federal fiscal year. The increased percentage will vary depending on household circumstances as determined by federal guidelines. SNAP benefits, eligibility, and deduction levels will increase as a result of inflation. State officials said this week over 420,000 residents of Mississippi will experience increased services to provide for their daily nutritional needs, while relieving stress on the family budget. The Connecticut Department of Social Services has changed its eligibility rules as of October 1st, expanding its SNAP program. At grocery stores, prices are soaring, and across the state, many residents are in need of assistance. The Department of Social Services said help is on the way for roughly 44,000 Connecticut residents through an expanded SNAP program. Also, families in the state of Texas who rely on SNAP food benefits will be able to count on that money through October. The state will be increasing its funds for the SNAP food benefits by $329.4 million. The Biden administration is laying out its plan to meet an ambitious goal of ending hunger in the U.S. by the year 2030, including expanding monthly benefits that will help low-income Americans buy food. The administration is also seeking to increase healthy eating and physical activity. Biden wrote in a memo, consequences of food insecurity and diet-related diseases are significant, far-reaching, and disproportionately impact underserved communities. Yet, food insecurity and diet-related diseases are largely preventable if we prioritize the health of the nation. 10% of U.S. households in 2021 suffered food insecurity, meaning they were uncertain that they could get enough food to feed themselves or their families because they lacked money or resources for the food. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on President Biden's action plan to address food insecurity here in the United States? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, my gorgeous and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you so much for joining me here every time I post a video. I truly hope that you all found this information helpful. The winner of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Leland Wilson. Congratulations, my dear friend. To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page and send me an email. Or you can also send me a message on my Facebook page. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
A great deal of time blaming everyone but themselves for the historic levels of inflation that have ruined the economy and made the American people very nervous about what 2 more years of this Build Back Broke agenda would mean for them. I've said before that Tennesseans feel like they have no idea who is in control in this country, over in the White House, or indeed if anyone over at the White House is in control in this country. And if you look at all the various characters featured in Biden's inflation blame game, you might be tempted to think that Biden himself is wondering the very same thing. Who is in control? Who is calling the shots? But the truth is, Madam President, that no one in the White House is confused or shocked by how bad things have gotten. They know exactly how we got here because they did it. Because every step they took along the way was a deliberate attempt to reject common sense and manipulate the people into accepting a radical economic agenda. Well, in July of last year, President Biden insisted that inflation was transitory and that if we could just bring on a little bit more time and a little bit more effort and hang in there a little bit longer, you know what, everything was going to be just fine. He didn't want the people to panic and start questioning the narrative that the White House was pushing forward every single day. Surprising no one, That argument didn't fly. The people weren't buying it. So in October, suddenly, not only was inflation a problem, but guess what? It was former President Trump's fault. That's right. Not this administration's fault, not the Democrats, not President Biden. It was President Trump's fault. Well, the American people, they weren't having that either. They weren't buying that line. And over the next 5 months, the COVID-19 pandemic, so-called global challenges, supply chains, and of course, Vladimir Putin, and then Senate Republicans, everybody took a turn in the blame game seat for President Biden and the White House. It was everybody's fault but theirs. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Just amazing. The people in control of everything, the House, the Senate, the executive branch, the White House, controlling it all. They had nothing to do with this, they want you to believe. Well, yes, indeed, they had everything to do with it. So last month, the Democrats had exhausted this rotation of villains, as they like to call it. Well, they panicked and they decided once again that they had to just go out here and convince the American people that yes, indeed, inflation was transitory. It was going to be short-lived. It was only 8.5%, they would say, only. But go fill up the car, go to the grocery store. You know they're wrong. Well, unfortunately for Joe Biden, the American people are much smarter and more in tune with day-to-day life than the left has given them credit for.